Greetings, everyone. It is Tex the Enemy, and today I'm going to take my political compass test. I believe it is vital to know how I stand on the political spectrum or whatever, and so this way I suppose you guys would know more accurately where I am and what my why I think certain things without assuming, oh yeah, he's far left, far right, center, up and down, left, right, BA select start. Anyways, okay, English. Let's go. I'm going to run through this whole test in its entirety right now for you all to see what my thought process on every answer is, okay? And this way there's no confusion, there's no ambiguity, all right? Anyways, let's see. If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. I'll be honest, I don't know what most of these big words mean. But I do believe humanity should always come before corporations. So I'm gonna hit the agree on that, but not strongly agree because I don't really know 100% what it's talking about, and that's okay. All right, this is just my interpretation of things. So I'm not gonna pretend like I'm all too wise or whatever. Okay, this is just my interpretation of things, right? Okay, I'd always support my country whether it was right or wrong. I'd say I disagree. I don't think you should blindly be patriotic for your country, but you shouldn't by default hate it either. I mean, if you hate where you live, I think that's different than hating what your country, how your country's run, or what it's done. I think it's important to be prideful of where you've come from, but obviously not to the point where you overlook any damning things that the country's done that didn't involve you. Okay? And then this is followed up by no one chooses their country of birth. Hold on, the music's kind of loud. Let me turn that down. Perfect. Sorry. I don't like that. Anyways, no one chooses their country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. I disagree. Actually, I strongly disagree. Okay? Again, I feel like you should be able to have pride in your home country. I mean, it's your birthplace. I wouldn't say that you should have the same amount of love for your country as you would for your mother or anything, someone that birthed you. But I feel like if your country's not absolute ass and it's not like, I guess, inherently evil, I don't think there's any harm in having pride. I think pride is good. It makes you believe in a cause. It gives you like part of your convictions, I think. Okay. Let's see. Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. If we're talking about the human race, I wholeheartedly agree. Okay? I mean, look at us. We've evolved to talk, have video games, make cars, invent a whole bunch of stuff. We are clearly a cut above the rest in the animal kingdom. Okay, we are monkey smart. Okay, monkey very smart. Let's see. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. No, not really. I think you can get along with the enemy of your enemy, obviously, because you guys have like a common goal. But I mean, there's just so much gray area to cover. There, like, obviously, people want to simplify things and say there's two sides to everything, but more often than not, I feel like there's just too much to consider there's nuances, okay? So just because the enemy you have like just because you have an enemy of an enemy doesn't automatically mean you will align with someone just to take down a common enemy. Sometimes two sides against each other are equally as shit. And just because you strongly disagree with one side doesn't mean you also don't strongly disagree with the other side. You know what I mean? Okay. Anyways, next question. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. I'm going to say yes only because, like, I feel like laws obviously stand the test of time, right? And they're a basis for everyone to abide by. At the same time, I feel like laws, even international ones, can be outdated or obsolete coming for like a new time and age. So I feel like if there's a military action that was taken, I feel like somehow maybe it hasn't been done yet, but somehow you can justify something that goes against international law. Because again, nuance, there might be like niche situations that you look at that you're just like, okay, well, obviously it's against international law, but there's a reason for it. Hopefully it doesn't involve the killing of innocents, but I mean, you know, so for now I'm going to put agree, but I'm not wholeheartedly like there's no neutral button, you know, so I have to pick a side, and I have to err on the side of like there's always a possibility. I'm not going to deal in absolutes. Okay, well, I guess okay. It says international law sometimes justifies. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. I'll go with that. Okay. And then next question. There's now a worrying fusion of info and entertainment. Yes. Okay. And this is huge. Because for me, I'll be honest, probably like most other people, I lack critical thinking and I make snap judgment based off what I see on Twitter and YouTube shorts or, you know, whatever. If I actually care to devote my time for more critical thinking and research, I'd probably be a much better person. But I'm not. I mean, I hesitate to make assumptions without knowing everything, but I mean, I think over time I've developed like over time if I've gone over the same situations over and over with different viewpoints, you know, it's I've begun to develop a more informed mind. But I'm just saying, like you have streamers slop creating content creators and all that crap on social media. We just don't like no one really wants to sit down and have time for all that stuff. They just kind of read whatever and they just kind of roll with it, you know? It's just for the sake of convenience. And it is damned worrying, but at the same time, I mean, let's be honest. We're all on borrowed time, right? I mean, yeah. Anyways, page 2. Now the economy, we're talking attitudes here, not the FTSE index. I don't even know what the FTSE index is. Okay, anyways, people are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality. I think I'd agree. I would agree because I think wealth and the distribution of wealth and the different like thresholds or whatever that really motivates a person to do certain things, or you know, whether or not they even think a certain way or do certain things. I think the wealth class is definitely a huge factor in that. Nationality, I mean, I don't really care. Like, what is that? Just whatever country you're born in or whatever. I mean, I don't really think that has anything to do with things. That's my opinion. Okay, and let's see. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. Hmm. That's a damned tough one, I think. I don't know. Because inflation sucks because the price of things really matters, right? But inflation can't stop. But controlling unemployment, I mean, in my humble opinion, unemployment is due to overpopulation. Hmm. Does inflate like so if I control inflation, does that mean I control how affordable things are? Or just the rate of how things are becoming less affordable? Because if you because if you control unemployment, right? That to me sounds like you can have people work more. So each individual gets put to work more. They stimulate the economy. Uh, I'd say disagree. I don't know. That is a damned hard question. For me. Ugh. Okay, and then let's see. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation. I agree. Actually, maybe I strongly agree. I don't know. Maybe I'm too like social media blinded, pilled, whatever. But I just see corporations make really dumb decisions all the time, and it really affects the environment because all they care about is money, money, money. They don't. I mean, everyone's lives are so short. It's probably like, you know, billionaires thinking, millionaires, billionaires, big corporations thinking, oh, I won't live long enough to see the consequences. So let's just profit max and fuck environment. That's what comes to mind when I think about this. Okay, let's see. From each according to his ability, to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea. So that means from everyone, we take what they're capable of doing and give everyone, no matter how much they contributed or didn't contribute, um, what they need. And is that a fundamentally good idea? Let's see. What is that, like a utilitarian kind of view? Mm. Is it a good idea? You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go with agree. Just off snap judgment, because I feel like yes, everyone, if they're capable, should give it their all. I'm just kind of iffy on the each according to his need part because I mean, some people put themselves into really bad situations where obviously they need more support. But I mean, there are people that are just born unlucky and they just can't provide any function to society, but they need more. You know what? Actually, fuck all that. No, I'm going to strongly disagree. And here's why. I think okay, hot take from your boy. I think the life expectancy of people has gotten too high. And I get it. You want to preserve your family members for as long as possible, make them like allow them to live to see 100 because you'll miss when they're gone. I mean, this is just the way I'm looking at it. But at the same time, I just feel like we prolong too many people and it just costs so much money keeping people alive well over their relevancy and usefulness. Okay, that is molten lava hot, but I will accept that. Okay. And let's see, the free of the market, the free of the people. I mean, I agree, but to a certain point, I feel like because if the market is free, right? I feel like that opens the door for monopolies to operate, and if a monopoly operates, I think that takes choice away in the long run, like late stage capitalism type shit. You know what I mean? Okay, and let's see. It's a sad reflection in our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, okay. The thing is, yeah, it sucks. Water is bountiful in nature and everything. Like we should have access to it. It's a necessary thing to keep every human alive. At the same time, I don't think everyone has the knowledge and resources to make their own water potable, drinkable, whatever, consumable at a healthy standard. So, I mean, thank God we have services that do that, but I think it's fair to pay for those services. It just kind of sucks because, like, damn, if only in a perfect world we could just, crouch down, press E, drink the water out of a river and be okay, but that's just not the damn truth. And that sucks. I mean, I could do it with like a filter straw, but again, that's not just cupping the water with my bare hands and drinking it. Unlucky, okay? And let's see, land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. Um, I'm gonna say disagree only because I feel like people should be entitled to their own personal space. And if you can't have those boundaries with people, like, I mean, what if you just wake up and one day you just, like, you can't do fuck all about someone that's just like, yeah, no, your property or your space that you're occupying, I'm gonna be in this space. That would bother the shit out of me, to be honest. I don't know if that has anything to do with this question, but like for me, it does. Okay, and then let's see. It's regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society. I agree. I agree. Nepo babies, people that live off of the wealth passed down from previous generations, and all they do is underhandedly sustain that. I mean, we'll never see their face. They'll never have to interact with us mortals. And I think that's kind of bullshit because I mean that's where a lot of the wealth is allotted to, right? These out of touch individuals that will never see the light of day and never talk to the average Joe and be able to interact with us in any meaningful, impactful way that benefits the rest of society. That kind of sucks. Okay, and let me see. Protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade. What is protectionism? I'm looking that thing up. Okay, I don't I don't mind looking terms up. Refers to government policies that restrict international trade to protect domestic industries. Yes. Yes. Okay, I mean, hold on. Let me look at it again. Protects. Okay. Yeah. I mean, from the AI little definition from Google, it just seems like protectionism helps a country's domestic market thrive without the interference of like other countries' influence. I think that's a good thing, right? You wouldn't want another country running how you are telling you how to run things or like interfering with any sort of practice they don't need to interfere with or whatever. Yeah, I think that's good. I I don't know. Anyways, the only social responsibility of a company should be able to deliver a profit to its shareholders. The only social responsibility of a company deliver profit. No. I mean the word social to me says like they should be more conscious of how it affects everyone, not just people that have a stake in the company. Because I mean, there's only so many people that have a stake in the company. But if you're like a big enough company, I feel like it affects kind of just like a lot more people than just those directly financially involved. Okay, and let me see. The rich are too highly taxed. This is a tough one. This is, I'll be honest, I will say disagree. And I'm just saying, as a guy who hasn't made it yet, this is my opinion. I'm just saying, I don't think there should be a hard cap on the amount of money anyone makes. But it's kind of ridiculous. Like I'm just saying, like after after let's say you have $10 million in your bank account, like what is all the other excess money for? Are you just thinking, big number go up, and that's like a good thing? Like what do you do with that money? Like yeah, you secure the bag for everyone else in your family for generations to come, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, like think of Jeff Bezos, right? Multi-billionaire. His family will thrive for eons in theory, right? But like damn, it's just like, what about you as an individual? What are you going to do with that money? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like that all that money that is focused on a small group of individuals could go back into making things better for the rest of us. But I mean, ooh, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, like let's say they're the originator of their own wealth, and they work their way up, and they sit on their money, whatever. That it's their money, they get to do with whatever with it, right? Why would they get taxed and have to like contribute to the rest of society? Because I mean, yeah, it would improve everyone else's lives, but to make it mandatory, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna still say disagree. I think we could tax them more, but like I don't want to take like all their money. I feel like if you leave old Jeffy boy with like $1 billion, I mean I think he'd be just fine. But like I mean, damn, I don't know what the tax brackets would look like. I'm just saying like at some point the amount of like at some point your money gets so big it becomes just irrelevant how much you make. Like it's like I feel like there needs to be some tax cut off there to feed all that back into the rest of us and be like, yeah, you weren't like, let's be honest, you're not using, okay, so let's say if you have $300 billion, you're not using 200 billion, and you're gonna be long gone before you even spend 100 billion. So like, kind of let's put that back and do the rest of us. I don't know. Maybe that's a simplified way of thinking it, but whatever. Okay. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. Hmm. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of medical care. I mean, I think I'm gonna have to disagree. I feel like I feel like we should just have good general doctors, or obviously ones that specialize in certain things, right? But I feel like baseline, everyone should have a decent enough medical care where you wouldn't have to seek out higher quality. Because I mean, just how physically fucked are you if you need more care? The only way to access more care is more money. I don't know. Like I'm just like, damn, bitch, how hard is your life? Anyways, government should penalize businesses that mislead the public. Yes. Yeah, actually, yes. Strongly agree. Okay. Maybe this has shit all to do with anything, but I hate those misleading like phone game ads, and I know they're just rampant everywhere because just like you cut off one head and a billion other heads spawn, and I hate the fact that we can't accurately make informed decisions on what we're purchasing most times now. I feel like if you purposely mislead us for a service or good that costs us money, there should be a tangible middle finger to you. So yeah, actually, yeah, strongly agree. Yeah, don't mislead us. I'm just saying, like that's bad. Okay, and then let's see. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies. Yes, yes. I think that relates back to the other question that brought up like something about like a free market. I don't know. I don't remember that question, but yeah, like we gotta have a way to prevent monopolies. Okay, like monopoly is not good because okay, I'm just thinking about it. Okay, an example like League is a MOBA, and I feel like Riot has a not really a monopoly, but like I mean, think of all the other relevant MOBAs, and it's just like I'll be honest, I don't want to play the same goddamn game. I hate League of Legends, but it's the only MOBA, and in this free market of MOBAs, I feel like you guys remember what happened in 2015? There was just like a boon of MOBAs, and they all died off. And I swear I remember I read a headline saying like Riot or Tencent did something about its competition, and it just kind of sucks because like League can be cool still, but like holy shit, I just wish there was more variety to what I was eating. You know what I mean? I wish more MOBAs thrived. I like seeing new characters, new mechanics, and I just want a completely different engine or game or art style to play around with. That's my example. I don't know if it's good, but I mean, like, I'm just saying, fuck League of Legends, bro. I'm only stuck on it because it's the only MOBA that feels good to play and looks good to play. Okay, I know what Dota 2 is. That sucks. Fuck that shit. Bring back bring back Heroes of the Storm. I loved Heroes of the Storm before they made it more like League. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Okay, page 3. Yes, we're halfway there kinda. Abortion when the woman's life is not threatened should always be illegal. Disagree. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Did I read this right? Abortion when the woman's life. Oh, okay. You know, strongly disagree. Strongly disagree. Okay. I think you should just be able to have an abortion whenever you want. I get it. I get it. Some girls just get cum inside and they're just willy nilly with their abortions or whatever. But ultimately, I mean that's their choice. We might not like it as individuals, and they're depriving themselves of a motherhood experience. But hey, it's their body at the end of the day. Like yeah, they had a dude nut inside, right? But I mean, ultimately that's up to them. I don't. I think there's like nuances where the situation could look bad, but I mean, I just think you should be able to have access to abortions if your life was even if your life wasn't at risk, whatever. All authority should be questioned. Yes, agree. Now I am a damned firm believer in questioning everything, because I believe in the notion, do you really understand something or do you just accept it? Okay? And that's like a big thing with me. Sometimes I question like why do we just listen to shit? Why do we just abide by shit? You know? Like like I feel like your parents your parents should have an authority over you, right? Cuz obviously they should, you know, if they're a good parent, they should know what's best for you. But at the same time, like even in that example, like I don't know, sometimes there's bad parents out there that have like bad intentions for the kids. I feel like you should just question it. Like, and I mean even beyond parents, like teachers, the government, all that shit, like you know, not everyone has their best interests out for you. So you should kind of keep like a wary eye to things, you know? Okay, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Hmm. Hmm. I agree with this, okay? And now this sounds damned bad, but let me explain. If it was strictly like, let's say you insult someone, I expect them to insult you back with equal force. Not greater force, equal force, okay? So let's say you call me fat, I can call you stupid, okay? Right? If I call you fat, I don't I feel like you shouldn't retaliate with violence. You know, or let's say you don't like someone's views on something online, or like I don't know, maybe just if someone, okay, an example, if someone insults you in a Call of Duty lobby and you get fucking heated, yeah, insult them back. Don't fucking try to dox or swat them. Like that's, I'm just saying, if we kept things 100% fair and didn't escalate things when we had conflicts, I feel like it would be better for everyone. But I mean, I think in extreme cases where like you kill someone, they have the right to kill you. Mm. Let's say you accidentally kill someone. I wouldn't say eye for an eye and tooth for tooth there. You know what? Maybe I'll disagree. I don't know. It's just kind of like for softer situations I agree, but for harder situations where there's actually like death and stuff involved, I don't agree. So I guess maybe I disagree. I don't know. There's not like a neutral option, so whatever. Okay. Let's see. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis. True. True, actually. I'll be honest. I am not a movie enjoyer, and if you can't make products or display uh, things that the general public is open to seeing, and like what purpose do you serve? Like I don't want to pay, I don't want to pay to see some mid ass movie. I don't want to pay to sustain a theater to show off mid ass movies. You know? I'm just saying. Anyways, okay, let's see. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. What does compulsory mean? Required. Schools should not make classroom attendance required. I strongly disagree. I get it. People can get sick or they're bullied or whatever, but I feel like there's too many people that would take advantage of that situation. Mm, but does that outweigh the positives? Because what if someone's like fucking bedridden or hospitalized or something? What if they are going through some rough shit? Okay, okay. How about with the caveat they shouldn't make classroom attendance like necessary, which I strongly disagree with. I feel like you should attend class, but like I mean, if you're not going to show up physically, at least do it online or something. I don't know. Open up a like maybe this isn't feasible, but open up a laptop, make sure your camera's on, at least like be there to attend a lesson because I think education is very important. I don't know. I don't want the bad people to just take advantage of like, oh hey, we don't have to attend class. But at the same time, mm, you know what? Okay, okay. Just because I said that though, maybe agree because classroom attendance makes it sound like you need to physically be there. Okay. Anyways, all people have their rights, but it's better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind. Mm. I will agree only because the US is a melting pot of different cultures and people of all these different backgrounds. And to make a unified law that everyone can follow in the US for all these different cultures and everything, and all these people of different backgrounds, it has not proved to me in all my decades of existing, it has not proved to me that this shit has worked harmoniously enough. People still have chips on their shoulders for things that happened ages ago. You know, there's different religions that conflict with each other. I just like in a perfect world, yeah, we all get along regardless of race or whatever the hell, but as of right now, that's not like we don't live in the ideal world. We live in a shithole and and everyone hates each other. And even if we like I don't know, there are a lot of segregated places in like first world countries and people really do keep to themselves like and separate based on like race or nationality or whatever. It just happens. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. I'm gonna go with agree. Okay, listen. As a child, or as a person that got beaten as a child and spanked as a child, I don't know if it made me a better person, but at the very least, even though you might not have to deal with this situation ever in your life, I feel like you should feel some physical pain as long as it doesn't traumatize you or leave any long-term debilitating effects. I feel like you should experience physical trauma at least once in your life so you know what the hell being punched or slapped or kicked or spanked feels like, and you're just like, I don't know, maybe you're not like 15 to 20 years old and you're just like, holy shit, no one's beaten my ass before, like this shit hurts like hell, you know. I mean, I guess obviously you could experience this shit like falling off a bike or getting a scrape on your knee or something else, but like I don't know. I feel like physical pain opens you up to the world and how cruel it can be. But obviously you don't want to straight up physically abuse your children. It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. Strongly agree. Okay, I'm just saying no one tells, or I guess no one should, in my opinion, tell 100% of everything that they know to any other individual, whether it's your parent, your best friend, your sister, your brother, whatever. Because just being, because I mean, yeah, there are some secrets you should absolutely share. Because if you keep things like if you keep certain things secret, it could be damaging for like a young child or other individual. But at the same time, actually, it's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. Yeah, actually, yeah, no, I still strongly agree because, like, I mean, like what if I broke something once? I want to keep that a secret. You know, I'll sweep it under the rug. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get my ass beat. You know, I think it's natural to not seek out negative consequences. So yeah, it's natural. It's not saying so. It's not saying it's right for children to keep some secrets from their parents. It's just saying it's natural. And I think naturally, as a functioning human being, as a child, you'd be like, nah, I know when I'm gonna get my ass beat. No, I'm gonna keep this a secret. Like that's natural. You know. Okay, let's see. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. Strongly agree. You buy with your money, you're using it for yourself, you're not giving it to other people, you're not just redistributing it. Like, you're only harming yourself. And I feel like as long as you keep to yourself, you shouldn't be criminally charged with that. Okay. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generation to find jobs. I again, there's no like neutral. The thing is, I feel like school should equip you with the basic knowledge that every human being should have, and to like be able to cook, clean, pay taxes, function just like an average human in society. But at the same time, I feel like because of how shit the economy is right now, I feel like yeah, you should be equipped to find at least a decent job, or get into the mindset of finding a decent job, because I feel like school really doesn't prepare you for how cruel the job market is, at least not right now. And it just kind of sucks that you're kind of left with, I mean, shit all basically. So, the cruel world as it is, yeah, I agree. I agree with this. Okay. And let's see. People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. True. True. I mean, as cruel as the statement is, I think everyone deserves to get some dick and pussy if they really want to. But at the same time, like, I mean, just think about it. What if one day we got rid of like, um, I don't know. Let's say what is that disease that people just like turn into like more lizard like? I don't know what the hell that disease is called. I'm just saying like I wouldn't, as much as I don't want to deny another dude some pussy. Like I just think certain serious inheritable disabilities shouldn't be allowed to keep spreading. Actually, maybe I'll disagree, only because okay, if someone keeps a secret that they have a serious inheritable disability from you, and they just jeopardize your offspring, and you don't want to abort because obviously that's your child, like that sucks, and like fuck them, right? But I mean, if someone makes it damned obvious that they have this thing, I think it should be within your choice to lay with them or not. And it sucks on dude if they have said disability and no one wants to like fuck them. But I mean, that's just how it is. You don't want to spread that shit. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it up to the individuals for this. I'm not gonna say it should be mandated by law, right? So that they can't reproduce. It's just natural selection. Okay. The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline. I strongly agree. As someone that's weak-willed and has like negative discipline, I'm just saying discipline is one of the strongest things you can instill on yourself, because discipline breeds habits, and habits breed consistency, and consistency means that once you work on something over and over and be diligent about it, I feel like you should fairly get paid off. And it all starts with being disciplined. I feel like again, consistency is king, or consistency is key. And to be disciplined means that you can practice independent consistency. Anyways, there are no savage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures. I disagree. Okay. We don't know all the different cultures out there. Some of them, some of them are rather feral, like the ones that eat human brains and shit. And like, while that's okay and acceptable to them, I feel like there are different tiers of people and cultures that exist because like not everyone is equal. That's just everyone should be treated equally, but not everyone's created equal. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Let's see. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society support. Okay, I'm making a snap judgment here. Strongly agree. Okay, true. Cause literally, if you can work and you refuse to actively work, what the literal fuck are you doing? Like, actually, what the fuck are you doing? Maybe someone in the comments can let me know like why this is a bad thing, but like I'm okay. I'm dumbing it down with league terms. If you just sit in fountain AFK and you only come in at the last minute that the Nexus blows up just so you don't get flagged as AFK, what the literal fuck was the purpose of queuing up? Like what? Why are you here, bro? That's all I'm saying. Okay, let's see. When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things. I strongly agree. Okay, listen. As someone who's a chronic worrier and is very uncertain of their future, I'd rather be occupied with positive things or look for a solution immediately than to wallow in self pity and just like shit the bed emotionally, just weighing myself down with negativity. Because like, what is literally the point? Fake it till you make it, and that includes when you're in a crisis. Okay, you can't dwell on the negatives because then you mentally you'll just become less productive. You'll become stunted, right? You just like it sucks. Yeah, you want to just like express yourself in your emotions, but at the same time, like you can. Oh, bless me. Okay, anyways, you should just keep yourself more busy with cheerful thoughts. You know, I'm just saying. Why be sad when you can be happy? Yeah, it's acceptable to be sad, but if you can choose to be happy instead. All I'm saying. Okay, let's see. First gen immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country. What the hell does fully integrated mean? Um, I agree. Okay. I mean, actually, no, I disagree. Okay. I'm just saying, my dad came over to America fresh off the boat, and I think he's fully integrated in society. Like, yeah, maybe he pronounces some words wrong, like when he called Chipotle Chipotle. But like, other than that, I mean, I don't detect an accent from him at all. So I mean, he's got like the typical. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, he doesn't have the accent, or yeah, I feel like he's normal enough. Like, as an American, yeah, like I mean, physically you can tell he's not American, but I mean, it. I don't think it's weighed him down at all. I don't think there's anything lacking as an American. You know, in his country. I'm just saying. Okay, what's good for the most successful corp is always ultimately good for all of us. Fuck no. Fuck no. Profit maxing for corporations, it's like I mean, okay, I'm thinking of it just like strictly from the video game industry standpoint. Nowadays, I feel like companies, they want to make money, but they also kind of don't want to make money, because I've seen too many video game companies make stupid decisions on the basis that maybe they'll make more money, but they ultimately just make less money. And if they just stuck with the decision that's popular with the people, that they would make the most money. Okay, listen, I don't deal with absolutes, so I'll go with agree, because I don't deal with absolutes. But like, I'm just saying, ideal in an ideal world, because I feel like corporations and businesses reflect on their buyers. I feel like consistently it like them having success should be good for us. But in practice, it has not been that way. Okay. Anyways, let's see. No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding. Yeah, I'm just gonna agree. I don't know what this entails, but like for me, it seems like you have a public network, you should receive public funding. No, I mean, because I'm thinking of a broadcasting institution, like someone has to make that, but someone else has to fund it. Maybe I disagree. Wait, because the thing is, I feel like you should receive public funding baseline, but if you don't receive public funding, then you'll only receive private funding. And if you're going to broadcast something, then you could push your narrative. You know what? I'm gonna agree. I don't know. I'd have to like see an example of this, but for now, my heart goes with agree. Okay. Anyways, how you see the wider society? Oh boy, I'm gonna love this one, I think. Okay. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism. Our civil liberties, our freedom, is being curbed in the name of counterterrorism. Okay, what are civil liberties? They're using these big ass words. Fundamental rights and freedoms guaranteed by the Constitution. And they're being curbed in the name of counterterrorism. So like Middle East shit? I'm gonna agree with that. I'm gonna agree with that. Just because I don't disagree. I mean, I can't see the bigger picture, but it just like maybe I don't know too much about that. Let's. I'm just gonna go with agree though, just off of like snap judgment. Okay. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. I mean, yeah, I'd say so. If you only have one party, there's no like debating other side. So I feel like there's less pushback when it comes to making decisions. I think, I mean, the flow of that makes sense, right? That's all I'm saying. Okay, and then let's see. Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. You know, I actually took a class on something like this. I mean, it would make me uncomfortable being peeped on by big government. But I mean, I'm not inherently doing anything wrong, so why do I care? You know what? If someone's watching me banging, nah, you know what? I strongly disagree. I don't want people to watch me banging. I'll just be honest. Like I'm just like I think having privacy gives people peace of mind, and just because they're not doing anything inherently bad doesn't mean that surveillance is necessary or good. Okay, that's my thing on it. Okay. The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes. Isn't that kind of what it already is? Anyways, I strongly agree. Cuz the thing is like let's say you murder 3 people. I mean, it was no accident. Okay, listen. I'm just saying, to me, if you murder multiple individuals, unless you have a really fucking good reason, like they killed your mom, so you slaughtered like an entire gang, like yeah, I'll let you pass, right? But if you're just a damn like, but it says like it's an option, right? If you contribute zero to society and you've caused like nothing but problems for the rest of society, yeah, I do not want to sustain you and cost like taxpayer dollars keeping you alive. I'd rather we put you down. And I feel like I read somewhere that like the death penalty can be expensive, but like how expensive can it really be to just like put someone down? Like I get it. Maybe the electric chair costs a lot or something. I don't know, but like damn, why are we spending so much on just like shooting someone in the fucking skull and just being done with it? Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just saying. Okay. Anyways, in a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. Yes. Yes. The thing is, on a human to human basis, I don't think anyone should have authority over one another, but structurally to function as a society, there are rules that need to be abided by, and in order to create those rules, we do need people overhead that are hopefully responsible and don't try to abuse that power. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. True. I haven't been to a museum in the longest time or any sort of art gallery, but I hate abstract art in the sense that you kind of just have to make what you do or make what you will of someone else's art, and I like 99% of the time I feel like it's just pure bullshit, pure memeing, you know. Someone fucking rubs their ass on the floor, leaves a shit stain. I'm not going to interpret that. No, that's just a shit stain, you know what I mean? Okay, anyways, in criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. Hmm. I'm gonna disagree, only because somewhere back in the day, I read an article saying like if you truly care and give troubled individuals that commit crimes rehabilitation instead of like cruel punishment, they come off as better people for society ultimately. And I kind of want to go alongside with that. Like I believe people for the most part are redeemable. So if you just show them some hospitality and some niceness, they can change. Let's go with that. Yeah. Let's see. It's a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals. Yes. Some people just won't change. Simply, it's just in their nature to not give a fuck. And so I'm just saying, I guess it's in my nature not to give a fuck either. Like, that's just how it is. It sucks. And for those people, we call them scums. Okay. Let's see. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. No. No. I feel like there's equal amounts of work that go into these things. It's just some require more expensive tools and time, and others require less. But at the same time, everyone's putting in their work. Like you know, like I don't think I could. I don't think I could, in all fairness, say like someone who makes a pizza should be paid less or more than someone who delivers the pizza, because ultimately they're performing their necessary functions in this process. And then obviously someone has to own the restaurant and maintain it. You know what I mean? Like it just everyone has their damned roles. And I wouldn't say one's more important than the other. They all, because if one of them goes missing, like guess what? You like yeah, you can fill that position, but like what if you can't? Then you just can't operate. There's like cogs in a machine. One cog goes missing, some things stop turning. Like that's all I'm thinking. Okay. Okay, and then let's see. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers. Yes. I keep reading these posts on Twitter and I agree. Who the fuck gaslit women into leaving the house and not wanting to be stay-at-home wives or mothers? Okay, they had it good, okay? I'm sorry now you guys got to slave away and work awful ass jobs, okay? You guys should just be like having fun being homemakers. I think I think a lot of girls, a lot of women nowadays would like that. Why the fuck would you want to work hard? Okay, like if you're like so dead set on contributing to society in your own right, good. But like, damn, we really just gaslit women into just joining the workforce with us. Holy shit. Anyways, almost all politicians promise economic growth, but we should heed the warnings of climate science that growth is detrimental to our efforts to curb global warming. Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, okay, the thing is, I want to care about the environment, but I also want the economy to thrive. You know what? This might be like an ass take, but I personally won't live long enough to see the environment deteriorate and become inhospitable in my lifetime. So I think we should just focus on getting my money up, okay? I'm just saying. But then at the same time, it's kind of like a boomer take or like a yeah. You know what? Actually, I'll disagree. I'll agree. Just because I don't want to fuck over the future generations. I don't want to fuck up my generation, but I don't want to fuck up the future generations. Nah, you know what? I'm greeting. I'm greeting. Okay. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity. Making peace with the establishment. Making peace with people who hold power over us is an important aspect of maturity. I'd say so. Yeah, yeah. But because my impression of this is the reason you'd make peace is because if you have civil unrest, that might radicalize you into doing something bad and have ill will towards the government and like, I mean that's obviously really bad. Like I'm just saying. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay. If you got through that okay, you'll find these propositions in religion a breeze. Okay, religion time, let's go. Astrology accurately explains many things. Disagree, okay? I saw this post a couple days ago and it was talking, it's like some girl was talking about like, oh hey, I ran into this thing, this guy behaved this way, guess what star sign he was. And the fact and the top comment of that Twitter post was, I saw all 12 star signs or 13 star signs, whatever, commented on here. It really just means that these star signs mean jack shit. And I'll be honest, that made me laugh. And also, it's like kind of true because it's like, how the fuck are people gonna interpret all these star signs? Like, yeah, I guess like maybe these star signs are damned accurate, but everyone's gonna be like an armchair psychologist and try to like diagnose people with different star signs, and it's just like it all feels fake because there's so many damned phonies. I've yet to see like a 100% accurate like astrology reading. I'm just saying. And besides, like astrology readings for the most part, from my experience, are bullshit because it's like they just take general traits of like every human being and they're just like, oh yeah, this applies, and it's like, whoa, I'm a Libra, I'm a Cancer, and it's like, it's because like, wow, how do they know I eat food every day? Like, yeah, no shit, everyone does. Everyone eats food every day. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't make you a, one or the other star sign. I don't know, whatever. Okay. You cannot be moral without being religious. I strongly disagree. I don't have a religion. I don't know if I denounce any religion that my parents followed, but I mean, I don't strictly abide by any religion, and I feel like I have a moral code, and I don't need to believe in something else to believe in what I believe in. You know? Okay. Charity is better than Social Security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. Social Security. Charity. I disagree. Because Social Security is what, like, baseline what the government gives you. Charity is like additional things that other people want to contribute willingly on their own. I feel like it can help more, but does it make it better? No, not necessarily. Because baseline is baseline. You can't beat baseline. I mean, you can, but like, it's all up to the willingness of individuals, and I don't know if very many individuals would be willing. Okay. Anyways, some people are naturally unlucky. Strongly agree. My PP small. Okay, let's see. Next question. It is important that my child's school instills religious values. I strongly disagree. I feel like religion could suppress a child's expression or like growth, and they might come to resent a religion or repress certain things about themselves because of religion. Because religion follows, well, I'd say most religions follow strict guidelines on certain things that inhibit an individual's free thinking and certain acts, and that's bad, generally, in my opinion. Okay. Finally, a look at sex. Finally, the sex portion of the test and the final page. Okay, sex outside marriage is usually immoral. No. Listen. once you marry someone, you're like, I mean, you're kind of stuck with them unless obviously you divorce them, right? But like, I feel like you have to know most times if you're sexually compatible with someone before you really just like make a binding vow with someone. So I don't agree with this at all. Okay, let's see. A same sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. Should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. Strongly agree. I mean, hey, if men like men, women like women, and they want to get kids and they're not like completely batshit insane, why not? You know, I think living with two gay ass dads would be better off than, I don't know, rotting away in an orphanage, miserable, seeing the same kids every day. Like, I mean, that wouldn't be bad seeing the same kids every day, but also being constantly emotionally reminded in the back of your mind, like, hey, like, I'm kind of alone in this world. Or I don't know, maybe not necessarily alone, but like you don't have a sense of belonging except for the pool of other people on some waiting list. I don't know, whatever. Porn depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population. Isn't that what it is already? That's literally every damned porn site ever right now, right? What is the drawback here or whatever? Okay, what goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state. True. I don't want you to know what I'm into. I don't want you to know I'm into pegging, okay? That's between me and my lover. And maybe God if he's watching. That's it. No one can feel naturally homosexual. No one can feel naturally homosexual. Mm, I disagree. But only, okay, because I've seen some like talking points here and there saying like only gay men or only gay people, only gay people, or no, the only gay people like, okay, I've seen it where people say if you're gay it's because you had something traumatic happen to you that pushes you away from the other gender or sex. I don't think that applies to everyone necessarily. Like, I mean, you'd have to know everyone in the history of, and know their like complete history in order to make this judgment. I feel like you can naturally be gay. I just I just haven't really dug into any one particular homosexual story, but I feel like it's not out there to be naturally gay. Okay, let's see. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. Strongly agree. Like, I mean, it's just, I like porn. I'm a gooner. I'm an addict. But I think it's just become way too prevalent in society. At least when it comes to like social media and stuff. Like sometimes, like, okay, I'm just saying, like, I go on an anime site and I know that I'm watching, or I have these banner ads and GIF ads pop up because I'm not paying for the anime, so it's fair to have these ads, right? But like, I'm trying to watch like a vanilla anime. Maybe I want to like stream it or something for other people. Why the fuck am I getting hentai ads? You know, like hentai and anime, yes, closely related, but one involves sex and one generally doesn't have to. You know what I mean? So like, why am I seeing this shit? I'm not gonna try to be in the mood. I'm not trying to be horny when I'm showing my brother some fucking anime or something. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. Anyways, now let's see where I stand. Oh. Wait, I'm left and authoritarian. Wait. Wait a minute. Okay, I was reading this dot wrong. I was like, wait, am I Chinese? No, but Chinese would be up here, and I'm down here. Wow, I'm a leftist. Wait, that's crazy to think about. Or wait. So wait, this is my political compass? Is this me? So I'm like a... Wait, so... I'm kind of... What is this? Oh, okay, no. Okay, wait, this isn't the coordinate. Okay, my bad. So this is mine. I'm leftist and slightly libertarian. Wow. I did not know this. Okay, wow. Alright, guys. You see my political compass. You see where I stand on things. You've heard how I stand on things, alright? And I hope that... I hope no one assumes anything of me anymore and creates hit pieces and slander against me saying I'm this wing or that wing or anything. This is, I guess this is who I am. In the hour and 20ish minutes that I've done this test, now you guys know what I think about and why. And yeah, obviously there's like a lot of shit that I didn't know about, but I mean, hey, that's okay. Anyways, yeah, take this as you will. I'm a lefty. Anyways, everyone, enjoy and have a nice day. Except to the people on the extreme sides of any of this chart.